It's interesting when managers are at that point where it's, okay, do I need to prioritize getting the results, knowing that it's not my style of football, or do I take the team through the rough but necessary process where we drop some points here and there, we get some poor results, but at the end of that, we get our bumps and bruises out of the way, and then we get to play my style of football. Mm-hmm. There's a few managers dealing with that, right? Something that we talked about a little bit earlier. Let's circle back to it. Xavi, Barcelona. Similar situation, having, I think, a little bit of some growing pains, a learning curve, implementing Xavi ball. I think some players get it a little bit more than others. We're seeing a little bit of a struggle in the attack. Barcelona, 1-0 victory over Celta Vigo. We talked a little bit about their lineup and what's been leading to that. But Real Madrid also potentially struggling a bit on the attack. 1-0 victory themselves, goal from their center back, Militao. So looking at the two teams, Barcelona, Real Madrid, got big El Clasico coming up this weekend. I know we're all excited about it. Who do you think has the stronger squad going in? I think both teams have some parallels in their story right now. Barcelona had to do a full revamp to get to where they are, but Real Madrid doing a bit of a refresh themselves. So who's got the stronger squad going into this one? Pablo, let's start with you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to just go for Real Madrid, because the reason I say that is I think Barcelona have been hit very bad, actually, in this international break, really bad. I think all of our rhythm has been disrupted. I'm almost a little more calm about the Clasico, though, than the Inter game because of what I said earlier. But I think in terms of we're balancing the two squads for the Clasico, I think Real will be more confident. They're at home. They know Barca are really struggling right now. No Araujo and Koundé is just huge. You can't really go past it, in my opinion. It's just massive. It's just like going back through any good tie, any of the best sides in the past. If you just hook the two best centre-backs of the team, like, what are you left with? It's not rocket science. You go back in any Premier League winning team, Terry and Carvalho out of Chelsea, goodbye title, hello 5th place. It's not rocket science, really. So I think that's that simple for Barca right now. It's just a massive issue. Playing 3 left-backs in a back 4 yesterday when we've got our 2 massive games coming up. It's not ideal. It really isn't. So I know Real Madrid are missing Courtois, which, by the way, I think could be a big, big loss for them. We'll see if he's fit in time for the Clasico. And a few others here and there. I've seen them rotate a bit, but I think that they'll be in fine shape. Real Madrid in attack, not looking too good right now. Benzema isn't firing as he was. But Real Madrid, for me, never looked that amazing all round, actually. And it never phases me. So I am not falling for anything of Real Madrid. I know they'll rock up to the Clasico and they'll be confident on Sunday. I know they will. They'll have a strong defensive back four with whoever they line up with Rudiger or Militao or Alaba or Mendy or whoever gets the nod there. Midfield, Tchouaméni's looking very good, by the way, every time I've watched him. And in attack, I know Vinicius as well, especially without Araujo there, is going to have some fun. Benzema without Araujo and Koundé. And then, of course, you've got Rodrigo, who seems to be firing. We can't forget about Fede Valverde. So I think Real Madrid will be quite happy. Barcelona, not so much, because things aren't going as well. But we will have De Jong back. We'll have Rafinha, Dembélé, Lewandowski, of course. We've got decent options past the defence, but I think the defence is what probably says if you're putting both teams against each other, Real are probably the happier.
Yeah. Yeah, Bugo, we talked about that Inter match being a must-win for Barcelona. Is the El Clasico a must-win? What's the mentality going into this? What do we need to get out of the match?
In terms of Barcelona, I think the mentality that they need to come out is that, yes, a win would be important because it will help you realize, like, despite the injury crisis, despite, I don't know, the weaker squad, the team is still in the right track. But it's just so hard to think or look at it right now like that's possible, because the one thing that I do feel Real Madrid makes them very favorite for this game is that I was talking before about the chemistry, how important that is for a team. You can name Real Madrid's best 11 out of the get-go. You can name it. And you can take out the players who are injured and you can just put somebody else and they will know their system. Barcelona don't have that. Barcelona, like Pablo said, we have to play with Marcos Alonso as a freaking center back. So it's like there's no coherence, there's no what you call it, there's no coherence, there's no consistency in the way that the team is selected. And I just feel that's a very big struggle for Barcelona. And Real Madrid, on the opposite, even with the lack of Courtois and whatnot, they know their game plan. Real Madrid are not going to go out and attack. They're going to sit back. They're going to wait for Barcelona to have the ball. They're going to be so happy for them to have possession. And we're just going to be seeing Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Valverde running at Barcelona. And that's going to be the entire game. And it's like, how do we stop Vinicius now? Because there's no right back that can do that. Vinicius Junior, so you're going to have a field day with Roberto. And yeah, I just feel that better squad, Real Madrid, 100%. Their players, I feel also, they are not in a better run of form, but what I mean, like I said, they know their role. And that sometimes when you are at your lowest, can help you have a little bit of stability, a little bit of balance. Dembele plays one day for the left, the other day for the right. Rafinha, the same. Ferran, Ansu Fati, they don't know if they're going to play or not. Vinicius knows he's going to play. Valverde knows he's going to play. Rodrigo knows that maybe, this some round he's going to be playing. So it's like they of course know what they're going to be having. Valverde is not at the best that he was before, but still, he's going to be a dangerous player 100% because he's going to be, he feels he has the confidence of the manager. And I feel that every single player in that Real Madrid squad feels the same way. Maybe not Dani Ceballos, but every single player. And that is something that Barcelona right now, I don't feel that. I don't know. Ansu Fati might be thinking, am I the starter? Am I really favored by Xavi, Ferran Torres, all of those things. So what will it mean for Barcelona? Everything that I just mentioned for Real Madrid, this win can turn and help Barcelona on those points. So they need to get a win. Maybe. I don't really think it's a must win because, like Pablo said at the start, it's just 3 points, match day number 9. But yes, Barcelona do need these results if they wanna feel like they're back where they belong to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the argument that it's actually gonna be more about the performance than the results for this match. The scoreline will matter, right? Like if Barcelona lose big, it doesn't matter how well we play. That scoreline will be what everybody talks about. But if it's a close enough match, even if Barcelona lose, because of what you all talked about, the fact that Barcelona is limping into this match with a patchwork defense, if we can just show that even under those circumstances, we can play at the level of Real Madrid, who is in a much better state in terms of the health of their club, I think that's a good thing for Barcelona. I think this match coming up against Inter is going to take a lot out of us. The fact that we are away to Real Madrid, if we get a draw, I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy. To the point that Pablo made, not having Koundé and Araujo in particular, the only reason why we're not feeling like that is more of a talking point, more of a disaster, is because last year we had injuries on top of injuries on top of injuries. So it seems like things are getting better, even though if you just looked at this year in a vacuum, our injuries are quite significant. It is a hurdle to try to get through. But with all that said, I don't believe this is a must win. I think this is a must have a strong performance. And if we can get a draw away from home that keeps us in first place, I'll be content with that one.
I don't know. I honestly, I hear you, John, but I think this is the first time that we are going to be disagreeing. Because
good, hit me with it. Hit me with it.
I don't agree with it. I think you can never. I know you can be happy with the performance, you can praise that, but we are no longer the Barcelona that are like just saying, "Oh, the injury, oh, our team." No, we now have the squad to. Or no, basically, we had the squad because all of them are injured, but that means that you need to be also coupled with the pressure. And we actually had these players for a situation like this. Like I know that the injuries are bad and whatnot, but when you look at it the other day, you look at the other side, you want to make the other argument. The reason why you brought in 3 center backs, the reason why you brought in all of those players up front is for situations like this. It's because you want to have that depth in squad. If you cannot go and say when you have plenty of options, look at the depth in our squad, and then when they're injured, just be like, oh, we've got no squad. It makes a little bit no sense. It doesn't make sense in my book. So I do feel that Barcelona, despite this, they need to try and come out of the game thinking they're the best team out there. And I feel that put in that position that maybe like, yes, if we can play, just match Real Madrid. No, Barcelona right now, I feel they can match Real Madrid. I feel they are at the same, as a club, an institution, as a squad, everything, I feel they're up there. And I feel that no longer are Barcelona in sorrow, no longer are they the team that they go like, no, we're not up to scratch. But it's going to be hard, yes. Can we be happy with a performance? Maybe, if it's really, really good. But Barcelona needs to go with the perspective of like, you know what? Despite Real Madrid being better, having a fitter squad, we need to go out there and win this game. And that's just how I believe. That does mean that it's a must win, not maybe, but yeah.
Yes.
I just feel that you.
But Booga, your mentality, to quote the movie Wedding Crashers, I believe is rule number 73: no excuses, play like a champion. So despite injuries, despite the status of the club, go out there, perform, get the result. Those are the expectations. That's what I'm hearing from you, Booga.
Wedding Crashers. I'm gonna add that to my Netflix watch list.
It's actually recently on Netflix. Not a sponsor, but hey, Netflix, reach out to us when you're ready. Pablo, what are your thoughts, man? What do Barcelona need out of this match in terms of results? If they perform well but don't get any points, is that a disaster? Is a draw okay? Do we need a win? What do you think?
We're still on the Clasico, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I had the weird cutout thing. Look, I mean, what we have said in previous weeks is that Real Madrid don't really drop points, which makes me a bit sceptical to say that it doesn't matter if Barcelona don't win just because we're in match day 9, because it could be that Real Madrid only drop points 2 other times in the season. So I don't really want to say that Barca can afford to lose this game, but obviously I think we can more than the Inter one is kind of the mindset I'm coming in with this one. I feel weirdly hopeful for the Clasico. I just feel that Barcelona are quite good at playing at the Bernabeu. I mean, since I've been a fan, we've had some really, really good results there. I feel like whenever we go there, we seem to enjoy ourselves. We seem to find spaces. I feel like it might be the most joy the likes of Dembele and Lewandowski have had in weeks, more than Mallorca, more than Inter, way more than Celta. It might be the first time Barca get a bit of breathing space and have some fun in attack. So I think it's going to be a really good Clasico, a really exciting one. And I'm just hoping our defence doesn't let us down and the likes of Eric Garcia really stand up, because they've got to lead that defence really in this sort of clash. And I don't know, I'm feeling weirdly good about the Clasico right now. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I think it's going to be a good one. And I'm quietly hopeful of Barcelona to get a win. Is it really important to win? So hard to say, John, because like I said, it's so early in the season, but also if you slip up to Real and you let them the lead, then you can really be punished for it.
Yeah. But you know what, Pablo? You said something there that I think we need to kind of highlight, which is the fact that there might be some space and some opportunity for Barcelona in the attack. It is rare, particularly in the Liga, for Barcelona to go up against an opponent that is willing to participate in the attack as much as Barcelona is. They're not going to play a bunker defense. It's not going to be a back 5 that Dembele and Rafinha and Ansu have to try to break down. So it could be a very open and exciting match and a good opportunity to see some exciting football.
I like that point from John.
I'm hopeful for that. Jump. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump because Celta de Vigo is a team that do that. And look how Celta de Vigo demolished Barcelona the other day. How bad they made them look.
Yeah.
That's what worries me a bit, because the pressing from Barcelona, it's good. But I just don't know mentality-wise, intensity, what is it? But still, normally you would like to have those chances, those opportunities, and that's where the Dembele, Lewandowski, like you say, they need to be firing to score the goals. But likewise, when Celta Vigo has, for instance, put Barcelona in the front foot, they've been dusted. Like, Celta Vigo should have honestly won that game as well.
Yeah.
Because they look very dangerous. So, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see Real Madrid, and I don't really know what to go with predictions, honestly. I don't know how to feel.
I would say you don't sound very optimistic, Booga.
I'm going to go with a... You know what? This is gonna be the best twisted take inside an episode you will hear. I think Barcelona will win a Clasico 2-1 with the very first penalty given to them at the Bernabeu.
Wow.
That's how I'm gonna cover my Barca win, because of a penalty. So
if for anybody who believes in the FIFA Illuminati, the theory here is that Barcelona have been shafted on all of these calls leading up to El Clasico, just so that there's less controversy when they finally get the beneficial calls in El Clasico. We as Barca fans can point back and go, yeah, but look at all the times that we lost out. If you believe in the FIFA Illuminati, of course, pulling all those strings.
Mm-hmm.
Pablo, what's your predictions?
I'm going to go 1-1 because I'm struggling. I think we quite rarely see Clasico draws nowadays, but I'm going to go 1-1. Why not?
Oh boy. Okay. It's tempting to go 2-1, honestly, for either side.
Yeah.
Historically, that is the most common result. I'm actually going to say, as much as I want an exciting shootout, a 2-2, a 3-3, I'm going to say the opposite. I'm going to say it ends up 0-0, a draw, a scoreless draw at the Bernabeu. I think both teams get mugged down in the midfield a bit too much, and we actually have a bit of a lull in front of goal. So scoreless draw is going to be my prediction for this one.
Yeah. Normally when teams are either playing both really bad, they have injuries like that, you either see two things: a nil-nil draw, or you see what Barcelona played Real Madrid in the Supercopa, where they went to extra time, you see things like that. So it's going to be one of those two games, either really boring or like out of nowhere, really intense, really crazy. One of those two things, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.